GR IAS Academy.
100 days, 100 themes, one goal, UPSC Prelims. Hello everyone, welcome back to Mission Surya. In this program, we deal with current affairs completely from Prelims perspective. So let's get started. Our first topic today is species behavior and its hunting techniques. So let's deal with this theme. Our first topic is on honeybees. Already UPSC has asked about honeybees. It asked about waggle dance. So this is one of the most important topic for us. So let's get into this topic. So if you notice here, this is honeybee. It is performing waggle dance and at an angle called alpha. So if you notice here, it is giving three informations to the other bees. One information is how much distance the food source is available and what direction it is available and the quality of food. So here 1 second says 1 kilometer. Usually it performs waggle dance when the distance of the food is greater than 100 kilometers. So this waggle dance, it is discovered by Carl von Frisch and he got a Nobel Prize for this in 1973. So that is how they communicate the location of nectar to other members of the colony through this dance language, which is called waggle dance. So it's very important for us. If UPSC is asking more deeply into this topic, it will be asking about what information it is giving through the waggle dance. So let's see about that. So it is giving three informations to the other bees. The first information is direction of the food source with respect to the sun. And the second one is the distance to the food source. We just saw 1 second is equals to 1 kilometer. And then the quality of the food source. So it also gives the information about the quality of the food source. So the important point here for us to remember for the exam point is it is a symbolic communication system which is used by insects to give information about the food sources to the other group members of the species. So what are the important keywords for us to remember for the exam? The first one is waggle dance and the round dance. Round dance is performed when the food sources are very nearer for the bees. And then it is also giving us the direction with respect to the sun and eusocial insects. Eusocial behavior is nothing but, you know, right, queen bee will be there in one hive wherein all worker bees will be working for the queen bee for both food source and protection, right? So these worker bees are female and they are sterile, and this queen bee is supported by this worker bees. So there is a clear cut division of labor and queen bee secretes pheromones which make these worker bees sterile. If any worker bees will be able to give birth to the other bees, they will become sterile because of the pheromones secreted by the queen bee. So this is the mechanism, and then this division of labor and cooperative brooding, because queen bee reproduces and all these female working bees will help queen bee to reproduce, and this cooperative brooding behavior, everything is called eusocial behavior. And the foraging communication, just now we saw it performs both waggle dance and round dance to give information about the food sources. So this is called foraging communication. So these are all the keywords which are important for our exam. So this communication is called symbolic communication of insects. So already UPSC has asked about honeybees, so please concentrate more on this topic. Next comes our golden eagle drop hunting. So if you notice here, a eagle is dropping a goat or sheep, and then because of the altitude, because of falling from such a height, the goat or sheep, they get affected and they get weak and killed, which makes easier for our eagle to prey on it. So eagle pushes goat or sheep from great heights so that it will be easier for it to kill. So mostly it occurs in mountainous systems and it drops to kill it. So this is called as strategic predation behavior. So drop hunting is the characteristics of golden eagle. And then comes our Komodo dragon, which does ambush hunting. So this one, it hides in grass and then attacks the prey suddenly. And then what it does? It bites and gives a strong poison, and then which makes it due to shock and blood loss. So they follow the prey till they collapse and they chase them until they become exhausted. That's how they hunt. And those Komodo dragons, they move in packs which coordinate for the hunt. So that's how ambush hunting is done by Komodo dragon. So UPSC, another favorite topic, dolphins. So we are going to learn about cooperative hunting of the dolphins. So what dolphins do? They hunt in groups called pods. Okay? And how they do it? They surround fish and they stop them from escaping, and then they push the herd towards other pod members, and then one by one they consume fish. Okay? So they don't let this group of fish to escape from this encircled dolphins. So one after the other, each dolphin consumes the fish. Okay? This is called cooperative hunting of the dolphins. So they have another way to hunt fish, that is bubble net or bubble curtain behavior. So if you see here, they release bubbles while swimming around the fish. So what happens? These bubbles, they create barrier around the fish. So these bubbles, they trap the fish, and then all these dolphins, they take turns to feed on this fish, and that's how they do cooperative hunting, right? So this is bubble net curtain behavior of the dolphins. How they communicate and how they coordinate with each other? They use whistles and clicks, the movement of their body, and they use echolocation technique which uses sound. So this allows coordination between dolphin pods. So where do they live? They live in oceans and seas across the world, and then some dolphins, they are present even in the rivers, which are called as river dolphins. So next comes our orcas. So orcas also exhibit cooperative hunting behavior by using a technique called wave hunting. So here, if you see here, they create a wave. Orcas create a wave and knock ice floes. So when they knock ice floes, the prey falls into the ocean. So once the prey falls into the ocean, they eat that captured prey. Okay. So this is how they hunt. They go towards the ice floe and then they create a wave, and then that wave pushes the prey into the water, and then they capture that prey and they all feed on it. So that is how orcas create a wave and hunt these prey. Okay. And what are those behavioral characteristics? So orcas, while doing hunting, they need to exhibit cooperative hunting. So they organize themselves accordingly with the pod. So this shows out how they organize within themselves, right? And this is usually followed by Antarctic killer whale population. And they live in pods, which are social organization of orcas. So because of this, they develop strong familial bonds and vocal communication, and they also develop hunting strategies like wave hunting. So wave hunting is mainly observed in Antarctic waters. This cooperative hunting is mainly developed because of the familial bonds created by social organization called pods. Next comes army ants. Army ants are famous for their incredible working capabilities, right? So they cooperate for the collection of food. Consider any type of ants. Even normal ants we found in our houses, they gather food in summers, right? Every ant, they'll have so much of discipline to gather food. So here we are learning about army ants, which uses a technique called swarm riding. So army ants also exhibit cooperative hunting, so which is called as swarm riding, and they move in swarms collectively. Some thousands of ants move collectively to create a swarm and hunts the prey. So these swarms are nothing but group of army ants. So they will capture insects or small animals and they will enclose them like this. So when they are enclosed like this, they get overwhelmed. Whatever the prey is, they get overwhelmed by this many number of army ants, and then they become prey for the army ants. So because of this cooperative hunting of army ants, so many insects and other small animals can be killed by these small insects. This is called swarm riding behavior of army ants. So what is their lifestyle? How do they live? They live in nomadic lifestyle. They don't have any permanent nest. They move from one place to another place. So what do they do then? They will build a temporary nest which is called as bivouac. They form temporary nest called bivouac. Bivouacs. Okay. So they form temporary nest. Okay. Instead of living permanently at one place, and they move frequently to search for food. So they don't have any permanent place to stay. They build temporary nest and then they move in search of food. Then they use their own bodies to build bridges to fill the gaps. Let's say there is a bridge here. Let's say there is a bridge here. They have to cross from here to here, right? There is a gap here. So what do they do? Okay. Let's say there are two mountains here. Our army ants are present here. They want to go on this mountain, but there is a gap. So what they do with their own bodies, they will create a living bridge. There will be thousands of ants, right? They will create a living bridge and all other ants will move like this. So that's how they cooperate for the hunting called swarm riding, and for their movement also they have so much of cooperation, and they build temporary shelters. So this shows us how they are organized within themselves and how they cooperate with each other for this purpose, and how much intelligence they have collectively. So this is a living example for us. Okay? And where do they live? They are found mostly in Asia, Africa and South America of tropical forest. And then our next topic is African painted dogs. So African painted dogs, what do? They usually form packs and collectively they go for hunting. So this is how our African painted dog looks like, and most of the hunts they do, 70 to 80% of their hunts are successful. Okay? And what do they hunt? They hunt antelope, impala, gazelles. Okay? So they have strong social bonding and so much of cooperation. See, if you see here, there is one prey and all the dogs are attacking it with so much coordination. So they have so much of cooperation and coordination. So they have another feature. Suppose if one dog got injured or it is weak to participate in the hunting, the other dogs will feed for it. I mean, they'll provide food for it. Okay? Even for pups also. For small pups also, they will provide food. So they have both cooperation, they have empathy for weaker beings. So that's how animals show intelligence of them. Okay? And empathy also. So that's why 70 to 80% of their hunts are success because of their coordination, cooperation and the responsibility to feed weaker individuals is the important aspect of this African painted dogs. So how do they communicate? They use sounds, they use body signals, and they also mark their scent. That is how they communicate within the group. And where do they live? They live in mostly sub-Saharan Africa, savannas, grasslands and open lands. So, what do they exhibit? They exhibit cooperative hunting behavior. So, they usually go in coordinated packs. So, this pack have so much of coordination, right? And they will stand as an example for cooperative hunting among mammals. And what strategy they use? They use pack hunting. And how many individual? 6 to 20 dogs form a pack and then they hunt together. Okay? That's all for today. We'll continue in our next class. For detailed notes on this video, please visit our website using the link given in the description below. For more videos on preparation for prelims and mains of UPSC CSE exam, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram and Telegram channels using the links given in the description below. Thank you.